Good morning, students. Today, in this lecture, we will see about the communication system and we will see what about the communication system, what type of frequency spectrum we are using in communication system, and how our communication system can be performed, and what is the basic process of modulation, what is the modulation and why we require the modulation, and types of modulation system. So first of all, we will see the basic block diagram of our communication system. So here we are talking about the basic block diagram. If we see in this diagram, there is a information source, transmitter, channel and receiver. So first of all, we are talking about the information source. Means what type of informations you want to transmit from one place to another place. So here first of all, information will be in form of audio signals, in form of video signals, in form of text signals, or temperature, humidity, any type of data you have to transmit, and you can transmit by using the communication system. So first of all, we have to see can these data are directly transmitted? No. First of all, you have to convert these physical quantity into electrical signals because our transmitters are only capable to the work out in a electrical signals. So first of all, you have to convert your electrical signals into a electrical signals to transmitter. You have to given your electrical signal into transmitter. So you have to work out in a transducer. So what is the basic role of transducer? Transducer will sense this physical quantity and it will convert this physical quantity into electrical signals. And then we can process on these electrical signals, and these electrical signal can be transmitted to the receiver. So what is there happens? How you can transmit your signals through transmitter to receiver? So here again is a channel. So we will also discuss about the channel. So what is the channel and what is the medium through which we can transmit? So here we are talking about the you have a wireless channel or wired channel. If you are using the wired channel, so there is simple coaxial cable, optical fiber cable. So by using these, you can transmit your signal from one place to another. If you are going to the wireless path, so there you have a radio wave frequencies. You can also use the satellite for transmitting your signals. So if you want to cover large area, so by using the satellite, coverage area will be very large. So this is the mediums through which we can transmit our signals from one place to another. So here we again consider here when we are using the optical fiber, why we are moving the day by day to the optical fiber, because if you want to transmit your signals, again we are discussing here what is the modulation, because low frequency signals are not transmitted to the longer distances. So this is a basic process. Okay, why we have to use the modulation? Okay, so first thing is here, low frequency signals cannot be transmitted to the longer distances. So what you have to done, you have to superimpose your low frequency signal into the high frequency signals. And now these high frequency signals can carry your information to the longer distances. So high frequency signals, so if we are talking about the high frequency signals, so in before we will see कि this is the modulation, means you have to convert your low frequency signals into high frequency signals. So this is not actually the conversion, this is basically a superposition of your low frequency signals into the high frequency signals. So this is the basically modulation. So transmitter जो है basically modifies our message signal into a form which is suitable for transmission over channel. So what type of channels you are working, yeah, you are work out, if you are working on the radio frequency, if you are working on the audio radio frequency ranges, FM frequency ranges, so according to that your signal may be converted in that particular frequency. So after that we will see here give information. So what I have told you, that first of all you have a physical quantity, and now you can convert this quantity into the electrical signal. Transmitter, what is the purpose of transmitter? The main function of transmitter is it will process to the electrical signal. Okay, so what is the, so how, what is the working of your transmitter? the modulation process is done in transmitter. And what is the modulation of message? Basically, if you want to transmit your signal to the longer distances, so you have to transmit your these low frequency signals are not directly transmitted, so you have to use the channel for transmitting these signals. So what type of channels you are using, according to that your transmitter will be work out on that message signal, and then it will convert it. Channel and noise, when you are working on the channel, so there may be also addition of noise, some part of apart from signals there may be also some noises will be added in your signals. So that is a noise is basically a unwanted signal which will be disturbed to our wanted signal. So basically, noise is a unwanted signal, and we don't want that our noise will be intermixed with our required informations or desired informations. So generally, we try to reduce the noise in our signals, and we want to the original signal at the receiver part. So what about the receiver? Receiver is that function. What is the basic at the transmitter section? What you have to done? You have convert your message signal into the desired form of channel. According to channel, you convert your message signal which is comfortable for transmitting to channel. So at the receiver signal, you have to again receive your original part of your signals, and you can extract the what type of carrier signals you have mixed for transmission purpose. The receiver will the extract that particular signal. So this is a very basic block diagram of our. So first of all, we have to know what is the modulation. In this block diagram, we have seen that in transmitter section there is a modulation. And what is the need of modulation? Why we are using the modulation in this part? So here, this is the basic thing. If you have a low frequency signal, so if we are talking about the, suppose we are talking about the audio signal. So what is the basic frequency range of our audio signal? Tentatively we are taking that is a 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Okay, so these are the frequency signals, and if you want to directly transmit these frequency signals, these signals cannot be transmitted to the longer distances. So what you have to done, you have to use the high carrier frequency for transmitting these audio signals. Okay, so first of all, what you have to done, you have to choose first of all very high frequency carrier signals, and now in that carrier signals you will superimpose your message signals, and then these message signal will going along with the carrier signals. And at the receiver part, what will happen there? Receiver will extract the message signal and reject the carrier signal. So now what will happen here? In transmitter sections, you will intermix. Okay, you will intermix your message signal with carrier signals, and at the receiver section you will extract your message signal from the carrier signal. So what is the basic purpose? We are using carrier signal only for carrying our message signal. There is no other use of our carrier signal. So that is basically used for carrying your signal from one place to another place. So this is the carrying signals. And what will happen there? What type of problems you are facing when transmitting the baseband signals? सबसे पहले there is a problem means height of transmitting and receiving antenna. So this is the process ki what is the modulation. So in modulation we convert low frequency signals to the high frequency signal. But why we need to the modulation? If we are not doing the modulation, if we are not converting our low frequency signal into high frequency signal, what problems you have to face? Okay, so first of all, height of transmitting and receiving antenna. We have to know the height of antenna, that is equal to lambda by 4. Okay, so if your antenna height is lambda by 4, and lambda is, what is the lambda? Lambda is the inversely proportional to frequency. Means if your frequency is very low, so what will happen? Value of lambda will be high. If value of lambda will be high, so lambda by 4 will be high. Means you have to design a very high length of antenna. Okay, so antenna length will be very high. So this type of high length of antenna, to make a high length of antenna, it is a impracticable. Okay, this is not practical for designing a such type of long antenna. So this is also a trouble when you are not done the modulation, when you are not intermix your signal with the high frequency carrier signals, your length of antenna will be very high, and such type of high length of antenna will be designed. It is a very tough task, and its handling is very also difficult. Another one is called as a multiplexing. So what about the multiplexing? So here is again a thing, how you are using the multiplexing. Means sometimes you have to transmit many signals at a single channel. So what is the channel? Channel is a medium through which you can transmit your signals. Okay. So suppose you have a particular bandwidth of a channel, and you have to transmit four signals through this channel, and your all four signals are in the audio range. So most probably your audio range will be 3.3 kilohertz to max 6 kilohertz, 7 kilohertz. All these are nearby ranges, and if you transmit these four signals through these channels, what will happen? There will be intermixing. If some channel frequencies slightly increase, slightly decrease due to any other disturbances, it will be intermixed with the other signals. So there may be intermixing of channels. So if you are applying the multiplexing in communication system, so what will happen there? There is a problem. What type of problem you are facing? There will be problem of intermixing. So now what is the solution? What we have to done, if you don't want to intermix your signals here, so what you have to done? You have to done the modulation. Means what is the modulation? If you are doing the modulation, what you have to do? You are mixing or superimpose your low frequency signals into high carrier frequency signals, and now your low frequency signal will be converted into high frequency signals, and now you have to transmit these high frequency signals. So this is the basic purpose. So what will happen here when you superimpose these? Suppose you have a four signals, so you have intermixed your one signal with 1 megahertz, second signal with 2 megahertz, third signal with 3 megahertz and 4 megahertz. So you have a increase 1 megahertz, 2 megahertz, 3 megahertz and 4 megahertz. Means your four low frequency signal will be converted into 1, 2, 3, 4 megahertz, and separation between these two frequency will be in range of megahertz. So if there may be a slightly up and downs in your frequency, it will not be intermixed. Your signals will not be intermixed, and your signals will be carrying properly. So we can avoid the interference from other sources. Means if you are transmitting your signals after modulation, so this signal will not be interfered to the other signal. So this is the basic reason why we are opting the modulation. In first reason is the height of transmitting and receiving antenna. Means again I have to repeat it. When your frequency is low, your lambda will be high, and length of your transmitting and receiving antenna will be also high. And if you superimpose your message signal into high frequency carrier signal, your frequency will be very high. So your value of lambda will be low, and your lambda by 4 will be also low. So means your frequency will be your height of antenna will be practical length of antenna, it will convert it. So this is the reason in so why we are using the modulation pattern. So again we will also see the what is the modulation and types of modulation, and how we can done the modulation process. So it is a reason behind this. So now we will again convert our third one is the narrow bending antenna. So we have to divide it in different slots, so it will be not interfere with each other if we are opting to the modulation process. So now again we will see here the what is the modulation. Means we have again see process of transmission of information signal. Means low frequency audio signals hai. So you are using a high frequency carrier signal. So this is the basic reason of our modulation. So but the modulation is nothing, it is just a conversion of your. Now we will again see practicability of antenna. We have also used a one terms why we are using the high carrier frequency signals, and what is the disadvantage, why we are not using the directly transmit our signals, why we are opting the high frequency. So first off you have to see height of antenna is equal to lambda by 4. If you want to transmit efficient transmission चाह रहे हैं आप, if you want to transmit your signals efficiently in the air space या free space, so what you have to decide, your antenna height should be lambda by 4. So now what will happen here if your antenna height is lambda by 4? Suppose your frequency f is 30 hertz, means your frequency is very low. So what is the height of antenna? 25 kilometer. So it is a very, is it practical to design a 25-kilometer length of antenna? No. But if you have convert your 30 hertz frequency into 3 megahertz frequency, how you can convert your 30 hertz frequency into 3 megahertz frequency? By superimpose your signals in a high carrier signals. So if your low frequency signals are superimposed on the high carrier frequency, your frequency, overall frequency or signal will be increased, and now your antenna height will be 25-meter. So it is our a practical length. We can design a 25-meter length of antenna, but it is not possible to design a 2500 kilometer length of antenna. It is a, this length is not practical. So it is very important for us कि if you want to transmit your low frequency signals higher ranges, it will not transmit it to the higher distances, it will not cover the very long distances. There may be so much attenuation, and due to attenuation it will be destroyed to the after covering the very small distances. So for efficient transmission and radiation, you have to convert your low frequency signals into the high frequency signals. Okay, so I think it will be clear to you why we have to need the modulation. So modulation is a very important process if you are opting the communication system, because without it you cannot transmit your signals to the longer distances. So it is a very important point for us. Again, we have to see what is the modulation. Slightly we will change our definition. In modulation process, what will happen? Some characteristics, either amplitude, either frequency or phase of a signal, is changed according to instantaneous value of the information signal. So are you understand this language? What is the modulation? Means you have a carrier signal. So how your signal will be changed according to modulating signal? Means characteristics, on which characteristics? Either amplitude, either frequency or phase. So these characteristics of carrier signal will change according to the instantaneous value of our information signal. के according characteristics of carrier signal will be changed. So not only the we will put the value or we will hold, no, there is a slightly change. So it will be change the reading, means it will change the property of carrier signal. Since property of carrier signals change, so what type of property are changed in your carrier signals? According to that, there is a types of modulation. So yeah, either amplitude of your carrier signal will change, so that is called as a amplitude modulation. If frequency of carrier signal will be changed, so that is called as a frequency modulations. And if phase of that carrier signal will be changed, so that is called as a phase modulation of that one. So that is the basically in modulation process. Okay, so same definitions hai, but I have to told you uh, when what is about the your message signal. If you are talking in the technical language, your message or information signal is called as a modulating signal, and a process of modulation is known as a, so after modulation what type of signals you receive, that is called as a modulated signal. Means process of message signal or modulating signal is mixed with the carrier signals. So the, so after combining both of the signals, mo- what type of signals are generated or resulted, that signal is called as a modulated signals. Means after modulation what type of signals we are receiving, that is called as a modulated signal. So that is the very basic theme of our modulation process. So I think it will be clear to you what is the modulation and what type of modulation process we are using. Now we have to, after studying about the carrier frequency, so we will see about what type of frequency spectrum of communication system. So just see here, you have extremely low frequency up to the 300 hertz. After that, you are working to the voice frequency. So that is the 3 kilohertz. 3 kilohertz to 30 kilohertz frequency is called as a very low frequency. Short band communication we are using. 30 kilohertz to 300 kilohertz low frequency signal. Okay, navigation system. 300 kilohertz to 3 megahertz medium frequency, we are using the radio communications commercial broadcast system. 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz is high frequency, so that is used as a long range communication. Very high frequency, that is belongs to the 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz, and 300 megahertz to 3 gigahertz, that is the ultra high frequency. So we are using the line of sight communication. 3 gigahertz to 30 gigahertz is basically a radar and satellite frequency. 30 gigahertz to 300 gigahertz is extremely high frequency, and it is also used in radar and special equipment. So as we are frequency are increasing, its applications will be also. So now what will happen? What type of ranges we are using? After that, after the extremely high frequency, we are moving to the optical frequency. So now what will happen in optical frequency? In optical frequency, if we are talking how optical frequency, where we are using, if we are working on the optical fiber. So what is the optical fiber? Optical fiber is a channel through which you can transmit your signals. Okay, so if you are opting the optical fiber as a medium or channel, so what type of frequency you have to require? You have to require the light frequency, because optical fiber is working in the light frequency. So what is the range of light frequency? Light frequency is very high range. Okay, so there is again a things happen. कि your bandwidth. So what about the role of bandwidth? So again we will discuss 5 minutes to this point. Okay, what about the bandwidth? Okay, when your carrier frequency is high, so as soon as you are choosing the high carrier frequency, your bandwidth requirement will be increases. And what happens in communication system? If we are talking about the communication system, there is a large bandwidth requirement. Why we are required the large bandwidth requirement? Because our information rate is directly proportional to the bandwidth. Means if you want to transmit large amount of signals, so you have to require the large bandwidth. So now what will happen here? If you have to require the large bandwidth, so what we have to choose? You have to choose the higher frequency. So this is the reason in present scenario we are working on the optical fiber, because optical fiber is the only solution for obtaining the large bandwidth for communication system. So you are seeing today present scenario, day by day our use of optical fiber is increasing. The only disadvantage of optical fiber is कि it is a wired path, not a wireless path. So due to wired path, it will give us the terahertz range frequency bandwidth. So it will give so much large of bandwidth by using. You are seeing here we are moving to the 5G technology, and our all medium is converted into optical fiber system, because by using the optical fiber system we will increase our bandwidth. So why our bandwidth is increases? Because frequency of light is very high. Okay, so since your light frequency is very high, so if you are working on the high carrier frequency, your bandwidth will be increases. So this is a reason. So we are opting the so many frequencies as a carrier frequency. So I think you are much comfortable in this. No, these are the whole frequency spectrum which are used for communication system. Low frequency signals, high frequency signals, low frequency signals cannot be directly transmitted. So we are opting the high frequency signals for carrier frequency signals. So I think it is clear to you. And why we are using the optical fibers? It is very important if we are talking about the communication systems. In communication system, there is a major role of our optical fiber system for increasing the bandwidth. So in technical terms, we are saying that by using the optical fiber system, we achieve the large amount of bandwidth. But in a normal language, what we have to told, our downloading and uploading speed is increases, because information rate per second that will be increases very fastly. Means you can fastly download your any type of signals, and same for you will downloaded that signals very fastly. So and this is possible due to large bandwidth requirement. So this is the reason why we are opting these, and where these are the applications where these frequencies are working at present. So this is the basic reason. Up now we will focus on the types of modulation. So what type of modulation systems we are using? If we are So basically there are two types of modulation system. First one is the amplitude modulation and second one is the frequency modulation. Means change the amplitude. If we are talking about the amplitude modulation, amplitude will be changed. If we are talking about the frequency modulation, our frequency will be changed. There is just basic applications where we are working on the amplitude modulation. So both audio and video frequency AM is used. Mobile radio communication, cell phones, बहुत सारी चीज़ें where we are using. So that is again the system. अब basic definition of our amplitude modulation means what will happen in amplitude modulation and which type of process you have called to the amplitude modulation. First of all, amplitude of carrier signal vary in accordance with the instantaneous amplitude of modulating signal. So what is a modulating signal? Modulating signal is basically a information signals or message signal which you want to transmit. And carrier signals, so when carrier signal amplitude vary according to the instantaneous value of our modulating signal, so such type of modulation is called as a amplitude modulation. Okay. So what will happens here in amplitude modulation? Your signal amplitude will be vary. Okay, according to your amplitude of carrier signal vary according to the change in message signal or carrier in the information signals. Okay. So first of all, there is a carrier wave. Second one is the modulating signals. And what is the superposition of carrier wave and modulating signal? And after then you will receive the modulated waveforms. Okay, so here we will see one by one signals. So first of all, you have modulating signal. So what is the modulating signal? Modulating signal is nothing, low frequency signals है आपका. एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिग्नल है, ये देखो, that is the sinusoidal waveforms है. Okay, AM is the maximum amplitude of your signals, and there may be certain frequency which is working here. So this is the very basic wave signal of our amplitude modulation. Now this is the carrier signal. Frequency is very high. Okay, and amplitude will be constant. So what is the basic property? Frequency is high. Okay, and amplitude will be constant. Just see here. This is the constant. So here frequency is constant. Frequency is not changing and amplitude is also constant. So both are constant. High frequency signal है. So this is the carrier signal. Now what will happen? Okay, when you superimpose your modulating signal, so just see here. What you have to done? You have to put your this signal upon this signal, and now you will receive this type of signal. This is called as a modulated signals. Means after modulation we will receive. So now what will happen there? Your carrier signal will not constant. It will vary according to the sinusoidal waveforms. Why? Yeah, information signal. So what you have to done? You have to put your modulating signal on the carrier signal. So this is the carrier signal. If carrier signal amplitude change according to the modulating signal, so that will called as a, okay, so it will change according to that. So it is called as a modulated signal. And after amplitude modulation, we will receive this type of signals. Okay. Again, see combined sinusoidal signals, carrier signals. You will put here and insert here. So what will happen here? If you mix your modulating signal or message signal into the carrier signal, you will receive the modulated signal. So this is the basic, very basic part of our amplitude modulated signal. So I think it will be clear to you what about the amplitude modulation, why we required the modulation, what is the modulation, need of modulation. So I think it will be clear what is the basic block diagram of information source. Okay. So now we will move to the little bit further. Now, what is the basic amplitude? Presently, we are seeing just only the waveform shape and this and this. Now we will work out the amplitude. So now what will happen? AC and AM. AC is the carrier amplitude and AM is the modulating signal amplitude. So you have the two types of signals and two types of amplitude. अब what you have to done, you are superimposing कर रहे हो आप अपने modulating signal को carrier के ऊपर. So both amplitude will be intermixed. AC plus AM sin omega mt sin omega ct. This is the modulated signals. Okay. Carrier modulating signals, and we will superimpose this signal on this carrier and we will get this type of wave. Some part will be clipped off and we will convert our carrier signal into modulated signal. Okay, just see here. This is the envelope of signal. What is the envelope? Envelope means what type of modulating signal you are using. That signal will be superimposed on here. Okay, so I think it will be better. You have seen here how you can convert this. This signal will be superimposed on this, so just see here, and now it will be converted into this same modulated amplitude modulated signal. Now you have to take out the AC outside, so AM by AC, this is the modulation index. So if you are talking about the modulation index, AM by AC, AM is the maximum amplitude of your modulating signal and AC is the amplitude of your carrier signal. So ratio of both is called as a modulation index. And modulation index is also called as a depth of modulation. So what is the value of our modulation index? The modulation index value is always less than 1 and greater than 0. So it will move in between these two. So this is the modulation index. Now what will happen? You have to know the value of modulation index is vary between 0 and 1. So now what will happen? If your modulation index is 0.5 means 50%, then it is called as a under modulation. Okay. Or when your mu is greater than 1, then it is called as a over modulation. And when value of mu is equal to 1, it is called the 100% modulation. So at 100% modulation, value of mu is equal to 1. Okay. What about the spectrum? Okay, amplitude spectrum. So just see here, you have a carrier frequency, unmodulated carrier. So you can indicate carrier as a straight line. FC, FC is the frequency of carrier signals, and at that particular point, we will make a line. Now this is the carrier signals and FM from here, FM from here, FC plus FM, FC minus FM. There may be generated the sideband. So sideband will be generated and these sideband will be transmitted. So this is the carrier modulated range. Means if you have a center frequency FC, so one side your spectrum will be FC plus FM and FC minus FM. So what about the FM? FM is the modulating signal frequency. So according to that FM, it will shift it to the here and here. So this is called as a lower sideband and one is called as a upper sideband. So our signal may be divided. If you want to transmit your signals through amplitude modulation, so your spectrum will be converted into lower sideband and upper sideband. Okay, and now it will be, and now using this through spectrum. So this is basically spectrum analysis of our amplitude modulation. If we are talking about the carrier, so carrier is a center point where carrier exists, and if you are done the modulation, so what will happen? FC signal will be intermixed with the FM signal. So either it will be additive form or it will be subtractive form. So now what will happen here? FC plus FM and FC minus FM. We are getting the lower sideband and upper sideband, two types of sideband. Okay. And this is the sideband which you can transmit LSB and USB. So when we are doing the amplitude modulation, we are getting the two side bands, upper side band and lower side band. And by this side band, so our information is contained in this side band, not on the carrier frequency FC. Our information is contained in the upper side band and lower side band. So this is the basically spectrum of our amplitude modulation. Now this is the over modulated waveform. When you have over modulated, what will happens? Your this signal will be clipped off to the below, and this signal will be clipped off to here. So this is the clipping of our signals. If you are seeing the modulated signal, so this is the accurate shape of our modulated signal. Just I have to tell you. Okay, but when there is a over modulation, these signal will be going to the downward here, and these will be going to the downward here. So this is called as a clipped signal. So this is clipping will be occurred when over. So this is the clipping of your signals. So this clipping will be occurred when there is a over modulation. Over modulation means mu is greater than 1, and mu is greater than 1 means value of AM is greater than AC. So this is not tolerable. So you have to remember, this is also a basic general diagram of clipping off. When your modulation index is greater than 1, there may be clipped off signals, and there will be happens to the over modulation. So this is the over modulation. So this is a general expression of our AM signal. This is the AC plus AM sine omega ct plus cos omega mt plus cos omega ct. So what will happens when you compare these equations with the standard signal? So what is the equation of our standard signal? AC 1 plus AM by AC sine omega mt. So now by comparing these two, you can calculate the omega m. What is the omega m? 2 pi fm, and you know the value of omega m, you can calculate the fm. Omega c 2 pi fc. So here you can also given 2 into 10 to the power 5. You can also compare it, and by calculating the am and ac, you have to given, you can calculate the value of ratio modulation index mu. So this is a very basic how you can represent in terms of equations your amplitude modulated signal. So this is a very basic equation of our AM. Now what will happens? What about the efficiency? अब हम efficiency की बात कर रहे हैं in amplitude modulation system. So what is the efficiency? Means what will happens when we are seeing that our message signal is carrying with the carrier signal. So what is the role of carrier is to carry these information signals. So role of carrier is the carry these information signals and transmit it to the receiver. So what will happen if we are talking about the power? So two-third of power will be consumed in the carrier, and only one-third power will be in sidebands. So only one-third power will be the required power, and other one is the wasted power. So if we are talking about the efficiency, so that will be 1 by third. मतलब 33.33% efficient है. It will not converted up to the 50% of power. Okay. So the efficiency of our amplitude modulation is only 33.33%. Now, if we are talking about the total power PT, that is equal to PC 1 plus M square by 2. So what about the M? M is the modulation index. PC is the power of carrier signals. PT is the power of total signals. So now you can calculate the different values. PC, you can calculate the PC by VC square by 2. And there is a LSB USB sideband. So what about the role of power? M is the modulation index, so M is square PC by 4. So that is the equation of our. You can also derive these equations, but here we are only seeing in brief, because in your syllabus this is only a topic as a topic format. So I'm just taking here. I'm not derive all the equations here. So this is the efficiency. Now we will see variations of AM. Means what will happen? You have two sideband. So generally AM is also called as a double sideband carrier frequency. Means your message will carrying the both the sideband. Okay. A double sideband suppressed carrier. What is the suppressed carrier? Means you are using only the sideband and carrier signal will be suppressed. So this type of signal called it DSBSC. Single sideband In this type of modulation system, either LSB or USB will be used, not both of LSB and USB, only one, means half of the signal of is used. यहाँ पर हम हाफ सिग्नल यूज कर रहे हैं. वेस्टेजियल साइड बैंड मीन्स यू हैव टू यूज कंप्लीट हाफ एंड प्लस a small part of other side band. Vestige of other side band, so this is called as a this is a greater than SSB and lower than the DSB part. So this is called as a vestigial sideband system. So this is basically variations of our amplitude modulation system. Now we will see the frequency modulation. In our last definition, what will happen? Property or characteristics of carrier signal will be changed according to the instantaneous value of our modulating signal. So what is the property? Frequency of carrier signal will be changed according to the instantaneous value of our signals, modulating signals. Okay, and input is a single tone sine wave. यहाँ पर जो input है that is the sine wave है. This is the carrier signal, and now you have to see what will happen there. According to the amplitude or magnitude of your modulating signal, frequency of carrier signal will be changed, and this is the frequency modulation. Just see here, when your amplitude will be high, your frequency will be high. When your amplitude in negative part, negative directions, your frequency will be very low. As your amplitude will be rising to the high value, it will your again increasing this way. Okay, so this is a modulating signal, carrier wave, and frequency modulated signals. So these are the modulating signal, carrier signal, and this is the frequency modulated signal. So this is what will happens here. What will happens here? In amplitude modulated signal, amplitude of carrier signal change according to the instantaneous value of modulating signals. And if we are talking about the frequency modulation, so what will happens here? Frequency of carrier signal wave according to the instantaneous value of our modulating signal. So this is a basic reason behind which we are using. So this is a frequency modulation. So frequency of carrier frequency, yeah, either it will increases as the amplitude will increase, and it will reduces as the amplitude of your modulating signal will be decrease. So now what will happens here? Just see here, frequency increases, and so center frequency is Fc. So Fc plus something and Fc minus something. So there may be change in frequency. So in next slides we will see here. So what about the deviation? Means your carrier frequency will be changes. So how much time it will deviate from its center value? So that is called as a deviation, and that deviation is proportional to the amplitude of your modulating signal. So that is basically a relation between the both of them. What about the modulation index? If we are talking about the modulation index, that is equal to del f upon fm. And what about the del f? Del f is the maximum deviation from center frequency. So and mf is the modulation index of frequency modulation. So this is the our purpose. This is the same thing. What is the maximum frequency? Minus fc. Fc minus minimum frequency. So what is the deviation? So this is called between the difference between Fc and Fmin, also known as the frequency deviations. This is the bandwidth. So now you can calculate the bandwidth of your FM signal. So you have to know the frequency deviation del f plus Fm. Fm is the modulating frequency and del f is the deviation. How much your frequency will be deviate from their center value. So that particular point is called as a deviation. So if you are taking the FM outside, what will happen here? 1 plus del f by FM. So what is the modulation index? The formula of our modulation index, that is equal to del f upon FM. So that is the modulation index FM. So this is a basic equation, A sine omega Ct plus del f by Fm sine omega mt. Just see, this is the carrier signal frequency, this is the modulating signal frequency, and this is a del f upon Fm, that is the modulation index MF. MF. Okay, so A is the amplitude of our modulating signals. So this is a basic equation in which we can, this is a simple form, A cos omega ct plus 9 omega mt. So you have to calculate the omega c and omega m from comparing these two equations. 9 is the modulation index. So by comparing these equation, you can calculate the different frequencies. So you can calculate your carrier frequency and you can calculate the message signal frequency. So I think this is a basic standard equation of our frequency modulated signal. So this is a very important part. Now we will switch to the objective question. So before studying, we will again revise you what about a communication system. So first of all, we will see a particular communication system, basic block diagram of our communication system. So now here we will see that in communication system, your signal cannot be directly transmitted. So now what is the solution of this? Solution of this is, first of all, you have to convert your low frequency signal into high frequency signals, and for this what you have to done, you have to superimpose your message signal into the high carrier frequency. So it's okay. So this process is called as a modulation. So what about the types of modulation? That is the amplitude and frequency modulation. If we are talking about the amplitude modulation, means amplitude of your carrier signal will be changed according to the instantaneous value of modulating signals, and apart from another signal, frequency of our frequency of our carrier signal will be changed according to the modulating signal. So that is called as a frequency modulation. So these are the basic two types of modulation process through which we can transmit our signal. So that is a basically modulation process, and it is a very important part from our communication system. Without modulation, our signals cannot be transmitted from one place to another place. So modulation is a very important part of our communication system. In next lectures, we will see about the cellular system which is used in our mobile communication system. We also see about the satellite communication system, small part of optical fiber communication system. So these are the basically different part of our communication system, and in our next lectures we will see about this. So in optical fiber communication system, light wave, you know, so what is the optical fiber communication system, and light wave, what is the role of light wave in optical fiber communication system? This is the very basic equations which I have told you. Okay, so now what will happens here? You have to calculate the modulation index of this. You can also calculate the frequency of your carrier by comparing it with the standard equations. Okay, and what is about the over modulation? In over modulation, there will be a certain conditions. Okay, so we have to avoid that particular condition. So here we will also see modulation index of AM. So what is the modulation index of AM? Okay, amplitude of carrier wave. What is the role of amplitude? What is the role of frequency modulation is better than amplitude modulation? Is there any reason in which frequency modulation is better? So there you have to study both the methods, and then you have to compare which is benefit for you. So here just I want to told you, in amplitude modulation, amplitude of carrier wave change according to the message signal, but if you are talking about the frequency of carrier wave change. So if frequency vary, amplitude will be constant, and if there is any type of noise is added in your signal, it will be change the amplitude. So if we are talking about the amplitude, there is noise immunity is not good, but if we are talking about the frequency modulation system, noise immunity of this is very good. So this is the reason why our amplitude modulation is very good. If we are talking about the 100% modulation, so what is the modulation index of that particular? So you have to know the signal amplitude. Amplitude of signal is, what about the amplitude of carrier? So in 100% modulation, modulation index is equal to 1. So you can calculate the different values for this. So okay, thank you. So this is our the communication system. The basic rule ki why we are opting the modulation, and what is the role of modulation in our communication system. So it's okay. Now once again,